Hi, everyone. We're going to start here just in a minute, just letting people get in. And there we go. Welcome everyone today to our Zoom event with Kindred Spiritualist Fellowship. My name is Reverend Eileen Casey Gonzalez. On behalf of Kindred Spiritualist Fellowship, I want to thank you to everyone for joining us today, and just need to let you know that we are going to be broadcasting live on YouTube. Before we officially begin, as we do with any type of spiritualist circle, we are going to begin with a prayer. So, Sacred Creator, we give thanks for this opportunity that we have to come together today and to share. Please grant us a place of sacred joining, keeping us all protected with your loving energies. We call upon our guides, angels, and ancestors whom have the best intentions towards us to come forward and join us during this time of our meeting of our hearts and our spirits. We ask you, universal, sacred, and loving Creator, to hear our prayers for our fellow brothers and sisters of humanity who may be suffering at this moment as we face national and international crisis. May they be blessed with your peace and knowledge of the love you hold for us. May their hearts find peace, and so they may live easier and may they know the power of your healing. Amen. Ashe, Yesepi. So again, thank you for joining us today. The Kindred Spiritualist Fellowship, or the KSSF, is a federally incorporated, not-for-profit spiritualist organization in Canada. We welcome people from all faiths or no specific faiths to come together and celebrate life, spirituality, connection to source, and information through our events such as this one today. At the KSSF, we like to explore different topics related to spirituality, metaphysics, energy healing, along with information from various spiritual and religious traditions. At times, we may feature special guests, or it may be KSSF members who share. The thing is that we do our best to offer you the best that we can, and to offer our community. The Kindred Spiritualist Fellowship has its background coming from the Spiritual Science Fellowship and the International Integral Institute of Human Sciences, the IIIHS, started in the 1970s in Montreal, Canada. Many do not realize, but it was actually the IIIHS who first brought the Dalai Lama to Canada in the 1970s. Before we really get into things, I just want to take a moment and introduce to you those who are working our event today. Many of you know Reverend Michael Lizarade, but I'm going to, if you don't know him, Reverend Michael is considered the best proof of mediumship medium in Spain, and he is an author. But it was Reverend Michael, along with my husband, who pushed for the way to open for the Kindred Spiritualist Fellowship to begin. Reverend Michael is a founding member of the KSSF, but he also is the founder of the ACE, or the SSF, in San Sebastian, Spain, where Reverend Michael will be joining us today from, and Reverend Michael will be sharing his gifts of mediumship from San Sebastian.
Thank you, Eileen.
You're welcome. Dr. Reginald Eldon is sharing with us today from Eleuthera in the sunny Bahamas. Dr. Eldon has had a fulfilling career as a Methodist minister. He's been a youth leader and involved with the Spiritual Science Fellowship of Canada since the late 1980s. Dr. Eldon has assisted or assists the KSSF with our board and will be sharing with you the meditation today. Reverend Michael Hiltz. Reverend Michael has been having a little bit of technical issues, but I want to introduce to you for when he can actually get in. Reverend Michael Hiltz is the head of the chapter of the Spiritual Science Fellowship in Halifax, Nova Scotia, in Canada. And it's where I first met him when I began back in the 1980s. Up until a little while ago, though, the SSF HRM held in-person events like this one every Sunday. And I'm going to tell you, over the 30-year period, I have seen Reverend Michael be there for almost every one of those Sundays, and he is one of the kindest and most dedicated individuals I know. So we have a very special guest speaker today, who is Ianifa Fajalobi Sarah Roche. And I'm going to tell you, I'm over the moon excited that she's agreed to talk to us. And I'm going to share with you some information about Sarah in a little bit, and you're going to see just why I'm so excited that she is here with us today. She is joining us from Albuquerque, New Mexico. And also we have a special treat because in addition to our talk today, if Spirit permits, Ina may share her gifts of the Spirit with us as well. Oh, here comes Reverend Michael. Again, my name is Reverend Eileen Casey Gonzalez. I'm joining you from Edmonton, Alberta. And like Reverend Mikel and Reverend Michael Hiltz, I'm ordained through the Spiritual Science Fellowship of Montreal, Canada. Okay, so the Kindred Spirit Spiritualist Fellowship has no dogmas or creeds, and we welcome persons from all spiritual traditions or no spiritual tradition. Our foundations, they rest upon insights from the modern spiritualist movement, as well as other modern traditions for the development of human potentials, including metaphysics and New Age thought. Although we don't have any dogmas or creeds, we do have a set of principles which some of us strive for, and you can find these on our website in the About section. And our website is simply kindredspiritsfellowship.com. Okay, so now we're going to really get down to it and take a few minutes and have a time to really settle in and a little time for us. Because today, Dr. Eldon, who is also a reverend, always in my eyes, is going to share with us our meditation today. And thank you, Dr. Eldon.
Well, thank you. It's so good to be with everyone. Good to be here on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. So today I would like to invite you to join me in a meditation to ease and to let go of some of the problems, worries, fears, and disappointments that we may be holding on to in our lives. And I want to take you with me to the healing energy of the ocean, the huge, never-ending, expansive ocean. So let's get comfortable where we are. Sit in a comfortable position. Become quiet. Close our eyes and take 3 deep breaths. We inhale. And we exhale. We inhale. And we exhale. We inhale. And we exhale. So I want you to imagine today that you are by the ocean. You feel the ocean breeze. You can smell the freshness of the ocean. The waves are coming into the shore, or they're lapping up by the abutment or by the dock. And as you stand there, you're looking out over the expansive ocean, all the way until the ocean meets the sky. And the longer you look, the more peaceful you become. The ocean looks so huge right now. As far as your eyes can see, it spreads out before you. And you breathe in the smell. And you relax just standing there, looking at the vast expanse of the ocean. And you breathe in the healing energy of the water. Standing still and looking. Now you see in the very, very far distance, almost the end of the horizon, you see a tiny little speck, like a little bubble, way out where the ocean meets the sky. And your attention is drawn to it and you keep watching it. And you're looking at it. And you see that it's becoming a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger. And you notice that it's traveling towards you from way out at the very end of the ocean, it seems. And it starts moving towards you. It's getting bigger, it's materializing as you stand there and you watch it. You don't know what it is, but it's certainly something that's coming towards you, and it has your attention. The object continues to move toward you. The shape is getting larger and larger. Now you see that it looks like something like a big clear bubble or a dome. And as it comes closer, it looks like it's just floating effortlessly on the water. And it's getting closer to the shore, to the dock, wherever you're standing. It's not all that big, but it's got a lot of room inside of it. You see that inside is totally open. There's lots of space. And all of a sudden, you know that this bubble, this dome is intended for you. And you tentatively, a little bit not sure, but you walk towards it. And the closer you edge towards it, the nearer the object gets to you. And then when you get within touching distance, the top of the bubble automatically opens up. And once that top opens up, you see a sign that's written on the top of the bubble or the dome. And the sign simply says, "I have come for your worries and fears, disappointments, and sorrows." Symbolically now, you name all of the worries, all of your fears, all of the disappointments that you may have had, all of the sorrows that you carry around in your heart, all of the ones that you brought to this ocean this morning, today. And you decide that you're going to place them in this bubble. And you symbolically take them one by one. And as you take them, you name them. And you're standing right alongside the bubble now, and you put each one in to this bubble, into this container, into this dome. And you name them one by one. And as you put them in, you say goodbye to them. You can see them now. Place them, each one, all the particulars about that disappointment, about that sorrow, about that worry, and you see them placed in this clear bubble. And after you have loaded them all in, you see the top gradually starting to close back down. And it closes very quietly. And all of a sudden, it's fully closed, and you hear a little snap, and it is closed. Once it closes, a very bright white light illuminates the inside where you have placed all of your worries and disappointments and sorrows and concerns and fears. And you stand looking at this amazing bright light that has almost consumed and totally brightened all the things that you have deposited into this bubble. And without even realizing it, you notice the bubble is starting to float away from you on the top of the water. And it's moving gently. And you feel such relief and such peace and such lightness that you close your eyes and you just open your hands and hold them up to the heavens, and you breathe in some breaths from the ocean. When you open your eyes again, you notice that the bubble now is way away from you. It's slipping away across, almost effortless, moving across the water. And it is going away from you. And you're feeling peaceful. You close your eyes and you inhale the ocean, and now you open your eyes and the bubble is way away from you. But you can see the bright light, and it moves over the distance of the ocean, heading towards the place where the sky meets the ocean at the end of the horizon. And you see the bright light still there in the dome, in the bubble. It's getting smaller and smaller. And all of a sudden, as you're watching it, it disappears into the horizon and joins the endless, seamless ocean, and it is gone. You're feeling very light and very free. You feel as though something has taken so much of the weight off your shoulders. And you're feeling even more free. You're feeling blessed and you're feeling peaceful. And you know now it's time for you to leave the ocean and to return back to your life as you surrender now to the healing of spirit that led you to the ocean in the first place. So I invite you now to come back. You count down with 5, 5. You are feeling free and light and blessed. 4, you're beginning to know that it's time to leave. You turn around and you start to walk away. 3, you're moving back into your life. You're feeling some things that are familiar in your room where you are. 2, you're fully returned now. We're all here. And 1, here we are. Blessings to all of us. God bless. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Eldon, for that wonderful meditation. Just I'm going to make sure everyone is back here. There we go. Wow. You can win my heart over anytime, Dr. Eldon, with a trip to the ocean. Okay, so Iafana Falajobi, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm not pronouncing your name correctly. Fajalobi. Sarah Roche is a biologist with a very long list of accomplishments. She's been involved in many fields of research, including hematology, oncology, neurology, with traumatic brain injury, dementia, Alzheimer's disease. She's done research with pain conditions and pharmaceutical research and other things that I am sure that I've missed in reading about her. Iafana is also a descendant of African and First Nations peoples involved with mysticism since childhood. She is initiated into birth and is also a descendant from a long lineage of Shivas. The Shivas are actually a lineage of which most of us are more likely familiar with the title of from history with the Queen of Sheba. But what most of us are unfamiliar with is the fact that the Shivas are a mystical lineage of women. Sarah's father was also a descendant of the Nephilim, the 6-digit peoples mentioned in the King James Version of the Bible, and he was also a 33-degree Mason. Sarah Roche, Fajalobi, is also an initiate of Ifa, and she's the head of the women's group of the Egbe Iwa Pele. And Iafana Fajalobi is actually her Ifa name. On top of everything else that Ia is, Sarah Roche has done. She's also taught creative writing, and she's won awards for theatrical design and costume design. She's an accomplished violinist who's played with the Chicago Philharmonic. I'm pronouncing that incorrect. I apologize that as well. But part of the Chicago Philharmonic Orchestra. But something that is of particular interest to maybe Reverend Michelle and Reverend Michael and Dr. Eldon and other of us here is that Sarah has authored a wonderful little book, which is totally related to spiritualism, and it's called Universal Prayers for Progressive Spiritualism. It's a wonderful collection of prayers, and I'm happy to say that it's in my collection, and that's why I highly recommend it. And you can find this book on Amazon, and I've posted a link to that on our website. So it is our absolute pleasure to have you here to speak with us today. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here and to experience the collective hands holding together of spiritualism across the world. This is absolutely beautiful. I enjoyed the ministers, and I actually traveled on the ocean. That was beautiful, and it was very relaxing, and it helped me set the pace for where I want to be. I think that I don't know, is this something we should do regularly, just for my own self? Okay, because I think that was really beautiful. Today, I think one of the things that I want to talk about, because of the way the world is right now, we're actually in a beautiful spot where it doesn't look like it. It may not resonate as beautiful, but we have a potential here to resonate differently. And coming together today, I think that actually is showing that that's occurring. Here we have digitally people from all over the world collectively coming together who don't know each other. They have no idea what our lives are like, but they're coming together for a common cause. It's no coincidence that this is occurring now in this day and time. We are beginning at the age of Aquarius, and I know a lot of people know about, oh, the age of Aquarius. That's it's a water sign. Well, my understanding is that it's a frequency sign, and particularly right now, we're coming into an area where change is imminent. Actually, we have a full moon, a blood moon, and a lunar eclipse this month, and then next month we have a solar eclipse, and next month is also the summer solstice. So these are time points where we can change the frequency of this world. And what would we want to change it to? What would we do? Right now, everybody we are a broken people. That's my statement. I say that to everyone who talks to me. The world is broken. We need to fix it. And I think that the majority of the people on this planet would like that. I think that they want to live in harmony. I think they just want to live their lives. I think they want to be peaceful. I think they want to raise their children and live out their lives in peace. But the powers that be don't seem to want that. And so we have to, as a people, recognize that in us is the ability to change all of that. We don't have to go anywhere else. We don't have to search out for something different. We have in us the DNA ability, the ability through our DNA to link with a higher spirit that could correct all of this. And it really, I know that I'm making it sound simple, but it actually is. It actually is that simple. And collectively joining hands, collectively putting aside differences, looking at them, differences are beautiful. This world wouldn't have been created with diversity if differences weren't beautiful. It's a beautiful thing to have differences and collectively say, oh, well, what can we do with this difference and what we can do with this difference? We'll bring them together. The problem is when we decide that a difference isn't worthy, that it has no value. I don't think the Creator would have given us the ability to recognize diversity if it wasn't something very special. So collectively, we can get together, hold hands, look at ourselves, look at what you have and what I have, and see how we can make this world a better way. There are a lot of people in need. There are a lot of people who are hurting because of the world and because of the way this world is. There are a lot of people who have fall prey to other people's desires. There are people who are destroying this planet's water system, the air, and there are indigenous people who have done this, who are suffering from it. We have to recognize we have a responsibility as humans on this planet right now to change what is occurring. And that we can do it, that you don't have to be in power. You don't have to be the president. You don't have to be the leader of a country to do that. You have to just put your head and heart in alignment. And you have to gather with others, regardless of their differences, and recognize that we can work together to change this. This is an opportune time to do that. This is an opportune time to change this world, to collectively get together. And there are a plethora of people on this site here today that's proving that. That's proving that we can do that we can join hands, and that we want, not just can do it, we actually want to do it. You wouldn't be here if you didn't want to do this. So we're looking as a people for change. We're looking for ways that we can make our lives better. We're looking for, and we're praying for ways to uplift ourselves and our families. And I think collectively, that's what we're doing. We're setting the pace today. So as of today, it is a wonderful day to be alive. It is a wonderful day right now to be in this world, because we have made a change by just coming together. by just coming together this very moment. And I think that this is the beginning of a series of changes that will occur. Now, one of the things that I do want to say is with the change in this particular blood moon that's coming up, it's a big opportunity to get rid of all of the waste that you're carrying with you, all of the things you don't want, the heartbreak, the feeling insecure, feeling lost, anxieties. This is a good time to get rid of those things. And how do we do that? How do we collectively get to do that? One of the simplest ways that I know of is to write down those things that have burdened you all your life. You have to be very critically honest with yourselves. And sometimes that's hard. Sometimes it's difficult even for me. But we have to work at being honest to ourselves, saying, okay, these are the things that I didn't like in my world, in my life. I didn't want this. I didn't like that. Whatever it is that we didn't like, write them out, number them, write them out. And on the full moon, at whatever time the full moon is full for you, wherever you are, because I recognize that this is international. So wherever you are, burn it, release it into that universe. Let it go, and believe that you've gotten rid of it. It really is as simple as that. This particular moon will help you deliver away all of those energies, all of those things that you don't want, all of the things that have been disappointment in your life. And I'm not saying that once you've done this, okay, your life's going to be better. You'll win the lottery and, drive off and meet the person of your life that you want. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this is the beginning of a process to remend this world. And you'd have to think about, and even if you just mend yourself and your own family, that's a step towards mending this world. Make a commitment to taking care of Mother Earth. Recognize that we don't own this. The arrogance that we can just breathe up the air, drink up the water, eat up the food, and just destroy this planet is ludicrous. This planet has been giving us a home for millions of years. I think that we should take the time to start taking care of it and finding out what we can do as a people to get together and stop destroying it. And we're not running out of everything. So if you get that kind of a mentality out of your head that, oh, we're running out of oil, we're running out of electricity, we're running out of water. No, we're not running out of things. We're destroying things. Mother Earth has a tendency to replenish herself. We just have to stop messing things up. And we have to start loving one another. And I know that's a statement that it sounds pretty easy. Oh yeah, we can just love each other. It's not as easy as it sounds. You have to set aside judgment. It's very hard to determine a love for people when you want to tell them how to live and how to be, and you think that they should live like you and they should do like you. We have to be able to look at people, live their way, whichever way that is, and accept it. That's universal love. As long as that acceptance doesn't include a violation of yourself and of that person, then you're fine. And that's a simple rule. You won't violate their principles and they won't violate yours. We need to set these boundaries so that we'll understand nature has boundaries. Nature has a set of boundaries that people have been ignoring. Science, Western science, ignores the natural way of nature. We have to stop doing that because that's the way that saves us. So in order to do that, we have to recognize the differences in nature, the differences in people, the differences in animal life, the planet kingdom. We have to start feeling respectful and honor to be on this planet. And it takes setting away your ego. It means you have to set that aside. It means you have to become a bit more humble and recognize that, you know, this planet was here before us. And if we don't stop doing what we're doing, it will be here after us and we won't be here. I think we can join together and I think we are joining together with this beautiful podcast and starting a new step in the direction of unity, a real unity for this life of this planet and for the life of the universe and for our lives as a people and our descendants. That is so important. And my family, as Eileen had said, my family trained me as a child, as an infant. I was a six-fingered kid. I had 6 fingers on both my hands. My father had 6 fingers on both his hands. His mother had 6 fingers on both her hands and 6 toes on both her feet. And we were taught that this was because the sons of God mated with the daughters of man and created a different race. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I'm a different race. I don't know that. I do know that I have a desire to, first of all, share my experiences with people who are interested. I have the desire to help people who are interested in being helped. I have the desire to work towards seeing a better world. And that's, it seems to be intrinsic in my DNA, because sometimes I want to stop doing this and I can't seem to stop. I can't seem to stop doing it. So I think that there are those of us who do that, and then there are those of us who want to gather that knowledge and put it together for a cause, a working cause. We can do that as a group. We can do that as a individually, and we should do it for our descendants. All of us should do it for our descendants. But I don't know about all of you, but I'm getting old, and I've got grandkids. I'd like them to have a beautiful world. I'd like to see my grandkids have children and enjoy a beautiful, harmonistic world where everybody feels secure and everybody feels healthy and everybody feels loved. More than anything, everybody feels loved. So I leave that with, I don't want to take up all of the time because I could talk forever, and I don't want everybody to let me do that. I'm gonna draw it in now so that Eileen, you can put some other people on, and we can keep moving. Thank you for the time. Thank you.
You're most welcome, Ia. Actually, we don't really open it up for a conversation here. What we share our mediumship messages as our portion of sharing like that. I want to thank you for that beautiful talk, and not only was it a beautiful talk, but you also offered us a way of working and to move forward with this moon, and I'm pretty grateful for that. I want to thank you again. So, sorry, Mikkel, you have to unmute there. Were you trying to say something, Reverend Mikkel?
No.
Okay, sorry.
I'm fine.
Before we go into our demonstration of mediumship, which was also always something that we've done with the Spiritual Science Fellowship and with the Kindred Spirit Spiritualist Fellowship, that has a twofold meaning. Number one, it shows us that all of us have the ability to commune with spirit if we choose and we wish to learn how to do this. Number two, it shows that life continues after the change called death, and this can be proven by mediumship. So before we go into that, there's a couple of little announcements that I want to share with you, and they're going to be minimal today. The most important is that the KSSF has a website, which is simply Kindred Spirits Spiritualist Fellowship.com. And on our website, you can find information about our upcoming events and classes when we're ready to get those all into place, and workshops. But we also have other information on there. We have a blog. But one of the nicest things that we're able to offer you is a spot where if you would like to have spiritual energy healing shared with you, then on our main page, Kindred Spirit Spiritualist Fellowship.com, if you scroll down, there's a little book. You click on that book, it'll take you to a section where you can just type in the names of those you may wish to have spiritual energy healing prayers sent to, and that goes off to our volunteer spiritual energy healers, and they say prayers for those that you request to have this done for. Please, we don't need anything but a name. We don't want any information on what's going on. We just send the energy. Okay. Also, I have links to Sarah's book on our website, so you might want to check that out as well. So the quick thing I want to mention is that the Kindred Spirit Spiritualist Fellowship is a not-for-profit organization. We're run completely by volunteers. And to keep running, we depend upon donations, which pay for our expenses. If you'd like to share with us in this manner, you can do so by, you can send a bank transfer is the easiest thing to do. And it's the email address that you registered for this event with. And we're always grateful for any contributions. So we thank you for that. Oh, the other thing is that we also have a Facebook page where we post different things on there, but we also talk about our upcoming events. So please do give us a like and follow us on our Facebook page, which is Kindred Spirits Spiritualist Fellowship on Facebook. Now we've come to our portion where we're going to share some short mediumship messages from Spirit. And as we mentioned in your event information, for the mediums to be able to bring a message to you, if they get one from Spirit, most of us need to see your face. So you need to turn your camera on. The other thing is that during the messages, we like everybody to remain on mute, but we will ask you for permission to speak to you. So if we have your permission, give us a thumbs up for yes, or thumbs down for no, and that's okay. There's no pressure. If we ask you a question, simply go yes with a nod up or a nod down, and we know that you don't understand, and we'll see what we can do about trying to bring information through in a way you'll understand. Before we do this, I hear Reverend Mikkel has queued up some music to kind of lift us up and get us in the mood. So Reverend Mikkel, I'm going to turn that over to you.
Sure.
And by the way, for the sake of YouTube, we don't own the copyright to the music.
I just want to say something briefly. There are some Spanish-speaking people. So, si necesitas el mensaje en español, haznos un gesto para poderlo saber y poderlo traducir. ¿Eh? Okay, let's go with the song portion. It's gonna be brief. It's not gonna be very, very long, but I hope it's uplifting. The messages are important, but also the messages that come through music are important.
Marching in the light of God. We are 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 marching, marching, we are marching, oh, we are are marching in the light of God. We are marching, marching, we are marching, oh, we are marching in the light of God. We are living in the love 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 of God. We are living, living, we are living, oh, we are living in the love of God. We are living, living, we are living, oh, we are living in the love of God. We are moving in the power of God. We are moving in the power of God. We are moving in the power of God. We are moving, moving, we are moving, oh, we are moving in the power of God. We are moving, moving, we are moving, oh, we are moving in the power of God. And we are marching, marching, we are marching, oh, we are marching in the light of God. We are marching, marching, we are marching, oh, we are marching in the light of God.
Wonderful. I love this song. Absolutely love it and love the message.
Love it, Mikkel. Reverend Mikkel, thank you so much for that.
It's very uplifting, eh?
Yes, it's wonderful. That would have been one for us to do at services. We would have just needed all the drums.
Of course. and you have everything. You have all the instruments.
Where is Reverend Michael Hiltz? Let's see. Reverend Michael Hiltz. Are you?
I'll find him, don't worry. No, I don't want this.
All right, let's see. Reverend Michael, are you? You have to
he's
unmute.
Here
There he is.
And he comes.
Are you ready to lead us in messages?
Now you can unmute yourself, Michael. Yeah, you're on. Reverend Michael.
Okay, just one moment. Could I come to Jason? Okay, I would say that you're a very strong individual, and there's something going on at the present time, a decision that you're possibly making, and you need to stand firm with what you believe. I feel what you think and what you decide is what matters. And I feel this is a career option that I'm talking about. And I feel that there are many opportunities that are open to you, but I feel that there's some sort of decision, and to sort of go with your heart, you know best. And I'll leave that with you. Okay, let me see. Ernesto, could I come to you?
Ernesto, English is okay or you need Spanish?
Pardon?
No, I'm asking Ernesto if English is okay or if he needs Spanish. ¿Te va bien en inglés? Español. Okay, I will translate, Michael.
Okay. I feel that there are career decisions or career thoughts going through your mind at the present time.
Estoy sintiendo
And there
que ahora
has been
mismo Hay unas decisiones y una serie de decisiones que están pasando por tu mente.
And I feel that there's something to do with an ending with something, but not to give up.
Siento que tiene que ver con dar finalización a algo, pero también con no rendirse.
This time that you're experiencing at this time will end, and things will connect once again. They're giving me the word as they did before. So there's been an interruption,
Hold on.
and many
Parece-
people are experiencing what you're experiencing.
Hold on, Michael, please. Parece ser que ha habido una interrupción y lo que estoy recibiendo es que todo va a volver a ser como lo eran antes. Es como que ha habido una interrupción en los planes.
And everything will flow once again for you in the career aspect.
Y todo va a volver a fluir para ti en el aspecto más claro.
And I'll leave that with
Te
you.
dejo con ello.
Susan, could I come to you?
Susan Campbell. Okay.
Okay. There's something with you as well. There's been some sort of, and I would say it has to do with the times. There's been an ending of some sort, and but I feel that this will pick up or resolve once again. I have no idea what I'm referring to or talking about, but it's almost like whatever they're referring to, that connection will be made, and you will it will be fine for you. I feel that you've accomplished a lot during your life, and Spirit wishes to recognize the work that you have done to help others in the way of healing and so forth. And I'll leave that with you.
One more, please, Reverend Michael.
Could I speak with Goldie, please? I feel that there's an issue going on at the present time. You need to be true to yourself. And I'm getting there's something to do with a difference of opinion. And as long as you're true to yourself, I feel that it will be well. I feel that you have mediumship abilities or psychic abilities, whatever you wish to call it. And I feel that there are messages that you do receive, and it's important that you sort of follow what's being told to you. There is an aspect of crossroads in your life at this time, and crossroads simply means letting go of what's no longer appropriate and moving forward with the newness that is being presented. And I'll leave that with you.
Thank you, Reverend Michael, for sharing with us today. Yeah, Sarah, would you like to share your gifts of the Spirit with us?
Okay. Am I heard now? Am I heard now? Okay. For me, I think the way I don't know if this would be okay with people if they would just like raise their hand and I can just go directly to them. Is that okay? Is that okay? Or do you want me to pick?
Yeah,
I think
there were two people before who were raising their hands, so maybe they need to do it again. I didn't know that.
Well,
probably they did.
I see you, Sue. Well, there's Sue. I can talk directly to Sue right now, because her hand was up.
Yeah.
Okay, Sue.
Sorry, I'm just gonna repeat it in Spanish.
She's okay.
Ella trabaja de forma distinta, o sea que si hay alguien que desea que Sara le haga llegar un mensaje, puede levantar la mano, esa manita azul, y ella elegirá el mayor número de personas posibles. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, the first thing that I want to say is that this is an issue, a family issue, and that she's worked hard to take care of her family, to be the head of her family. And right now, I actually think that I personally think Sue needs to put attention on herself and direct it away from the kids are grown. I think she needs to start settling into what's good for her. There's been some, does she understand English? Does she understand? Do you need to
Yeah.
transfer? Oh, does she? Okay, yeah, okay, let me continue then, because there's a couple of things I want to cover. Okay. There's an issue I see with finances that I see that as a little minor concern, not big things, but those things in what I want you to do is stop focusing on them, because you've been focusing on them, and it's kind of making you a little bit, it's throwing your daily things off. It's making you a little bit off your game. Stop doing that. Go. It's going to work itself out, but you've got to give it a chance. You got to give things a chance to work through. You're so used to taking care of things and making sure that things happen. Now you need to kind of step back, because everybody's grown, everybody's doing their thing, and there are other issues now that need to be directed, but they got to work themselves out. Don't worry, it's going to be fine. You just got a few little bumps that you're going to ride through, but your worry slows things down. So stop worrying, lighten up. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. Okay, is that good? All right. Okay, now I saw like 1 million hands up. So okay, let me start with Bonnie. Okay, I'm gonna go to you, Bonnie, right now. Okay. Let me just look at you for a minute. Okay, there's a couple of things I'm saying here, and I'm not quite sure what's going on. Okay, let me make a couple of statements. First of all, you're all over the place. Stop doing that. Stop. You got nervous anxiety. You got and it looks like you're. It's like a job thing. You're like, your job is driving you crazy. Well, it's not your job that's doing this to you. You have nervous anxiety. Your nervous anxiety is kind of putting you in a position that's it can affect your health. Okay, so I need you to, I'm not sure where you are, and I don't need to know where you are, but I want you to look at, if you would like, look at investing in yoga or something to calm your nature down a bit, so that you'll be able to go through these things that are happening that I'm not sure what I'm saying. It looks like employment. It looks like job related. It looks like the anxiety is coming from that area. But the truth of the matter is your anxiety is all over you. It's all over you. And I actually would like you to start in the morning, getting up and telling yourself how wonderful you are, because you don't do that. You're so busy in your world that you're forgetting you. So I want you to step back, kind of, in the morning, say, hey, Bonnie, you're wonderful today in the mirror, and you're going to have a great day. And even if you don't have a great day, at the end of the day, say, hey, I went through this day good. You got to boost yourself up and take some of this anxiety away from you. Also, you have a great deal of power in yourself. You don't believe in yourself. You don't have to go to everybody else to fix what you need done for you. Okay, that's just noise. But anyway, you don't have to go to everybody else. You have in you the ability to fix you. So you need to look at, yes, I'm a strong woman. I can do these things. I can get through the day. I'm able to finish what I started, because you don't finish things. So you got to start making short-term goals, like daily. I do it. And at the end of the day, see if you've taken one goal. and see if you do that in a day. Start little, because that, I think that's going to help. The biggest part of you is anxiety, and you don't really need all this anxiety in your life right now. You're too young for that. You don't need that. Okay. Is that good? Do you need more? Are you good with that? Okay. Okay. Let's see who's next. Ernesto, I believe he speaks Spanish, right?
Yeah,
So I would need you to
yeah, I will do that.
Ernesto, you don't need me. You just got taken care of. I mean, come on. You know, what, you want me to co-sign you, tell you that you're doing, you're okay. You've got everything that you needed, doctor. I think it was Reverend Michael that told you.
Yeah.
Look,
Así que ya ha hablado el reverendo Michael contigo y que ya tienes todo lo que te hace falta saber.
first of all, I want you to tell him that the fact that he's searching so much and he's trying to dot his I's and cross his T's, that it looks like to me that he stepped on his own feet. He didn't have
El
to do
hecho
that.
de que estés buscando tanto de la espiritualidad, yendo a uno y al otro y buscando aquí y allá, es porque tú ya lo tienes adentro tuyo. No hace falta que lo vayas buscando más por ahí.
Yeah, he'll get in the way of himself. So if he just lets things ride out, I think he's already been given really good advice.
O sea, que ya te
I
han
don't have
dado
anything to add to it.
buenos consejos y que solo tienes que permitir que las cosas vayan ocurriendo.
Okay, and he's also looking for love life too in his life.
Estás
And it's
buscando el
okay.
amor. Está muy bien.
It's okay. It's
Está
coming.
bien.
It's coming. It's coming.
Vendrá. Viene. Está en camino.
Okay, and now Verma, can I go to Verma?
Verma Wallace.
Okay, you speak English? Okay.
We have people from all over the world, eh? This is great.
I know, this is amazing. This is amazing. Okay. Verma, I want to look at your health. There's some health issues right now that I think you need to be paying attention to. Heads up, I want you to see a doctor if you haven't already. I want you to get them to do your blood test and do your, a regular physical. Tell them to do the regular physical. I'm not saying something is wrong. I'm saying that you need to, I am saying that there's something showing up or that may show up very soon. I see an injury and I'm not sure where that injury is from, but that injury, it can start getting, something else is happening that may turn with the injury. Okay. So I want you to start paying attention, going to, if the doctor says everything is fine, that's great, right? That's great. So wait a few months. If you feel in any way, go to a doctor as soon as you feel something, because to me, I see an issue here that may come up that'll need to be addressed, that you need to look at. And I also see something else. Okay. Okay. I see some relationship problems. I see some not so good. This is not a good relationship kind of thing. It's abusive, actually. Forgive me. Am I okay to say these things? Okay. All right. Listen. First of all, I don't want you. It is my advice. What I'm saying to you right now is I want you to get a buddy system with someone else outside of your love relationship, because what's happening is you don't want people to know what's happening with you. Part of it is embarrassment. Part of it is you just don't want people to know your business. And I don't think this is good for you. I think you'd better start telling somebody what's going on and stand your ground, but be careful, be very careful. This is not a good situation. It can go sour. You have a relationship, or you will have a relationship that is not really good. Okay. There's something not cool about it. And also there's something in your back, lower back, that's giving you a little problem. The lower back problem is seated in emotions, some emotions that happened in your youth. some things that must have happened in your youth that are not good. I would seek out spiritual and a spiritual advisor, a mentor to try to help you through some things. Okay, you got some things locked up in you, and you need to let that go. You need to let those things go so that you can move forward. It's blocking you up from being prosperous. Okay, you good? You need anything else? Is that good for you? Ah, okay. All right. Let's see. Are all these people for me? Are all these people for me?
You can do one more if you want.
Okay. Cristina. De Cristina.
Cristina.
Okay. She speaks Spanish or
English is okay, Cristina? Yeah.
Okay.
She's okay with English.
Okay. Hi, Cristina. How are you? I see. Let me look at you. Okay, you're moving around a bit. Okay. What are you worried about? Look. Oh my gosh, these people have so many little worries. Okay. You don't have a difficult life. You're not, it's not difficult. It's not difficult. It's not as fun as it could be, but it's not difficult. You're not struggling with too many finances. I think that it looks like you, I don't want to, okay. It looks like you might be struggling with a little bit of a love life issue. It's kind of love life and it's not where you want it to be. That's what I'm saying. It's not the way you want it to be. I'm gonna tell you a little something. Your love life is is in your hands. You don't realize it, but you can control what and how your love life goes. Okay. You got to build up a little bit of confidence in you. You're going to have to build up confidence in you for some reason. I don't know why. You have such a beautiful and radiant aura. I'm not sure why you don't have the confidence in it. I don't know what has happened to cause you not to feel confident, but the things that you need, because you don't really need anything, you don't actually need anything, is that you need to develop some confidence in you. You need to start thinking that what you see and what you do is real, especially what you see, because you actually sense things and things come to you and you kind of think, you second guess it. Is that right? Nah, maybe not. I'm just guessing or something. And that's slowing you down too. But this is the issue of confidence. You don't have real problems. You don't have a thing that, you're not in, you're not suffering from hunger or not even disease even. Your life isn't bad. So the problem that you're having is just that you are suffering in you. And there's no reason for it because you have a beautiful aura. I think I would start doing, I don't know if you guys do, I don't know where you are, but tarot cards or, because you have a skill there, a skill set that hasn't been tapped into, especially since you ask questions. You ask yourself questions. So if you're going to do that, you can use tarot cards to try to give you answers, and what I would do if you do tarot, it doesn't have to be tarot cards. It could be whatever you want it to be. There's a whole lot of ways that you have. What I'm saying is you have psychic abilities. Okay, so, you need to develop them. To develop them, one of the ways to do that, start a journal. You dream. You do have dreams. Start two journals. Do a dream journal and do a dream journal. So that means write down your dreams. Then watch for a week and see if something in that dream shows up in your life, okay? And make a notation of that. The other thing is I would use a card or whatever else you want to try something for to ask it questions and try to ask simple questions. First, I would ask questions that I know the answer to. And that way you can see if you're manifesting anything or you're making up something. Okay, so you want to start a journal for that as well. This is going to help you get your confidence up because you have psychic abilities. Your aura is very strong and very bright, and you're not really doing anything with that because your confidence level is not holding up. So this will help you build up your confidence, and then you can do the things you want to do because you're not struggling with anything. How's that? Huh? Is that good? You're good for that? Okay, Eileen, tell me where I need to be and I'll do whatever you say.
Thank you, Sarah, for sharing your gifts with us. Reverend Mikkel, would you like to share a few messages before
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I usually work with the sound of your voice. So I don't have your voices now. So I just scroll down the screen and I'll see where a spirit takes me. I never know where I'll go. I never know what I'll say. Just let me just put this in full screen, but I will need your permission. Um, okay, where do I go? Verna, I know you were just given a message, but can I come to you, Verna Wallace? Yes, Verna? Yes, okay, Verna, because it's very much in your vibration, and I know you were given that information before, and I don't mean to step on Sarah's message, but I really see a lot of tears coming down your eyes. I really see you're struggling. I want to go to 2016, 2017, almost like 5 years ago. I don't know what happened to you in your life, but it's as if your life was put upside down. It's like there was something that happened, and I hear the word turmoil, turmoil, turmoil. I want to bring your mother's mother from heaven, please. She's carrying a baby that died in the family, please. This is a child who was not able to stay on the earth for a long time. And she says that whatever that you're going through, she went through the same thing. You understand? And I don't want to get too intimate, but she says that she had to put her foot down, and she wants you to put your foot down. You understand? And she will help you with that. She also says that your nutrition hasn't been the best nutrition, that you haven't been taking the best care of yourself. I also want to bring a gentleman who comes from heaven, and he comes as a father to you, please. And he says, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. My dear daughter, I'm sorry. And he says, I hurt her, I hurt her, I hurt her. And over he repeats it. And then he shows me a few women who are with him. And he says, I hurt these women, I hurt them, I hurt them. And this is why this situation that Sarah was telling you about, it's reproducing itself. It's coming back into your life. And your father wants you to know that he did love you, but he was not able to show his emotion in a way that that you needed. You understand? And he says, I'm sorry, I wasn't, I mean, he wasn't the father of the year. But he says, I understand your pain now. And if I had realized it, I would have never done it. Please forgive me. And then he shows me a huge sign over your head, and he says, financial opportunities. I know you're kind of waiting for some government loan or grant or some government papers, and that has to do with money coming into your life. And he says that they're working on that, and they're working on this situation to be solved. Of course, you're not under any spell or anything like that. And he says that by the time we enter October, November 2022, you will be leaving behind a huge cycle and walking into a new era. And I want to leave you with that, and I want to say, God bless. Paula Carvajal, can I come to you? Espanol or English? English is okay? English. English, sí or no? English, yes? English, no. Or English, yes. Ok, español, ok, Paula, porque cuando estoy en tu vibración veo varias personas que se acercan desde el cielo y veo a un hombre que se presenta, no como, viene con energía de padre, pero no es tu padre, viene de la rama de tu madre y lo siento más como un tío para ti. Es un hombre que era como más fuerte, vamos a decir. para que estás en España tú, me imagino, ¿no? No, bueno, no sé si sabes quién es Paco Martínez de Soria, pero él me recuerda a Paco Martínez de Soria, ¿no? Un hombre pequeñito así, de campo, y tiene como una faja, o tiene como una especie de venda, o tiene, ya estoy entendiendo, tiene que ver con la familia de tu madre, y me enseña una especie de espada o de bayoneta que literalmente le abrió las tripas. Parece ser que esto es algo que tú no sabes del todo, que no se sabe la verdad sobre esta situación. Por supuesto que esta alma está descansando, pero él me enseña que no, hasta que no se sepa toda la verdad, no va a descansar del todo. Hay un bebé que no nació, ya sabes, ¿no? Hay un bebé que está en el cielo que no pudo venir a la tierra, pero hay otro bebé que quiere venir. Sí, sí, sí. Y yo no sé si tú quieres ser madre o no, pero desde luego hay un bebé que está, otra vez, debería decir, madre otra vez, porque hay un bebé que quiere venir. Y quiero traerte desde el cielo a los padres de tu mami, sobre todo a él, al abuelo materno, que se presenta, está muy cerca de ti, no dice mucho, pero tiene una sonrisa enorme, una sonrisa de muchísima paz. Y me indica que la situación que estás atravesando ahora, de estos últimos meses, 6, 7, 8 meses, va a dar un giro inesperado, que al principio no te va a gustar, es algo que tiene que ver con tu vida personal, pero que se va a solucionar de manera correcta. Aunque al principio no te va a gustar, después va a ser muy beneficioso para ti. Te doy las gracias y te dejo con ello. Okay, where do I go? Michael, I never, I'm sure I wasn't intending to give you a message, but Michael, Reverend Michael Heltz, can I come to you? Can I come to you, Michael? Yes or no? Yes or no with your hand. Yes. Okay, Michael, because as I was scrolling down the screen, I literally saw your mother come forward. She stands behind you and she puts both her hands on your shoulders. And she says, do not give up. Do not give up. She wants you to know that she's super proud of you. Of course, she did not understand many of the things that you did, including spirituality, but she understands them now, and she's very, very happy and very, very proud of you. She says that it wasn't easy for her to leave this world, but that finally she was able to do that thanks to your teachings, thanks to your prayers, thanks to your help. And she says, and thanks to his caress. There's a little child, I don't know if you will know about this, but there's a child of about 10 or 12 years of age who comes like a sibling, maybe a cousin to her, and it feels like a boy that is very close to her. She also says that heaven is very different from what she thought it was going to be. You understand? And she says that you're going through a rough patch now, that you think that your life is never going to get easier, but she says that of course it's going to get easier. And she says, we are working on that. She also shows me 2 places of residence for you, you know, and heaven has a plan. And she says, we have a plan. It's not for you to stay on, it's not for you to remain alone on the earth. You understand? And she says, he is my son. He's my favorite son. And I wasn't able to tell him everything that so much that I had for him, all the love I had for him. And she says, thank you, like there was like drawings or something, no? You painted for her. And she says, thank you for being who you are. I want to say thank you, and I want to say God bless. Okay, where do I go now? I never choose where I go. Yeah. Okay. Doreen, can I come to you, Doreen Harris? Okay, Doreen, I'm very much in your vibration. I see the word Celtic over your head. I want to go to, you're very connected to Celtic teachings. Some of your guides are actually natives, Native Americans, but also Celtics. But in your bloodline, I want to go to Scotland and I want to go to Ireland. I hear people with that kind of accent. You understand what I mean? And I want to bring your Father from heaven. He comes very, very close to you and he says, hello, 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 hello. He moves around and he's very cheery and very happy. He's very hectic in a way. He doesn't stay anywhere. He doesn't stand still. And he plays music and he makes all kinds of sounds and noises. And he says that he is the one who's cracking the baseboards. You understand? He says, I am the one who cracks the baseboards, It's not the neighbors, it's me, And he says, I am very happy to call you my daughter. He puts his hand on his chest. And I feel there was a lot of difficulty to breathe, a lot of difficulty to swallow. And he says, my heart could not take it anymore. You understand? He says, my heart could not take it anymore. And he shows me there was a lot of liquid also in the lungs, but there was also organ malfunction. And he shows me a huge forest, like almost like infinity forest, like the infinity pool, but this is like infinity forest. And he says that here's where I am now. And I am reunited with my mom. I am reunited with my wife. I am reunited with my siblings. And he shows me the most weird thing. Like, I don't know if he was in a war or something, but there were certainly people that he knew that had to do with the military. Then he shows me an uniform, and he says, "Yeah, he was in the war, eh? Because he says I fought for our country too, and I was." Yeah. I was one of the good guys. And he wasn't so easy to deal with. He was a little bit grumpy, I should say, even though he doesn't like that word. And he says, remember the jam. He loved the jam. I believe your mom used to make homemade jam. And he had a very sweet tooth. And there was nothing that you could do wrong. There was nothing that you could ever do that he wouldn't forgive you. And he says that he doesn't hold any grudges. But he warns you, some people in the family who were despicable in the past are trying to make this kind of, it's not a plot exactly, but there's a movement that some people are trying to come together. And he says, literally, I don't want to change the words. He says, some people who were in the family who were despicable, and I think this is members of his own family, are trying to make a move, are trying to pull something. So he says, be aware of them. Beware of them. Yeah. And he says, but you are protected, nothing wrong, nothing bad is ever going to happen to you. And of course, everything I wanted to tell you is that you have mediumship skills to please work on them, because you're really, really gifted. I want to say thank you, and I want to say God bless. Jasmine Braithwaite, can I come to you?
Last one, Mikhail, please.
Okay, Jasmine, as I'm very much in your vibration, I see there's a lot of sadness within you, and I see you fighting in this kind of push and pull relationship with yourself. And I really want to go to almost the year 1999, almost like 21, 22 years ago. I don't know how old you were back then. I don't know what happened to you back then, but it's as if you went to kind of a cycle where things that do not seem to move forward. You understand? But this cycle is coming to an end soon. Only that we have to have the will. We have to have the willingness to go through, to move forward, to step forward and come across the difficulties. The Spirit is very proud of you. The Spirit says that there was a time where you thought that you didn't want to live. And the Spirit says that this is not at all your destiny, that the Spirit has a wonderful, wonderful future reserved for you. And this is very funny because I see you surrounded by a bunch of children. I don't know if you thought of becoming a teacher, but I see special needs kids, and I see children who come from less fortunate families. And I see a project related to that kind of outreach programs that you will have an opportunity to be a part of. And literally, I see a Native American come. It's a lady. She's a wise woman. She's not giving me her name, but it's like, I don't know, like flying eagle or something like that, but I'm not getting it right. And she puts her hand on your heart, and she takes away all your sorrow. You understand? And she says, the pain is not a choice, but suffering is. So she wants you to remove all that suffering and to make a choice to move forward and onward. And I should say, let go and let God. I want to say thank you, and I want to say God bless. And I give it back to you, Eileen. I could
Thank you,
go
Reverend
on
Miguel.
forever. I'm so hyper.
I know you can. I also know that you have time constraints this evening. So we are going to wrap it up.
Thanks.
We thank everyone for joining us today and this evening. And actually, we have a date in June. I don't have it exactly at this moment. I don't know if you have it there. Anyway, I'll be announcing that on our website very soon. It's close to the third week in June, where we hope everyone will come again and participate with us. And until then, we send all of our love. And the same way that we open today, we're going to close in prayer.
June 27th, could it be?
If you've got it on your calendar as June 27th, then that's what it is. I couldn't bring it up quick enough.
I think it's June 27th, but we will be confirming it.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to close in prayer. Sacred Creator, we give thanks for this opportunity to join together. We give thanks to our guides, angels, and ancestors of love who have come to join us today in our space. And we realize that as we close today and go upon our own way, they may draw back closer to their own realms, but are only a thought or a word away. Creator, as we leave this space, please fill our hearts with your light, that we may help each other and help our brothers and sisters of humanity naturally, without effort, with our presence. Again, we thank those who have come to join us, and we give thanks to everyone here for making this a special time to be shared together. Amen.
Amen.
Blessed be. So thanks again for everyone for coming to join us today, and we look forward to you joining us again in June. And if you know someone that wants to join us, just spread the word. We're happy to share, because that's what we're here for, to build a community in unity with spirit. Take care.
Thank you.
It's love.